Hello, people. Welcome to the Just Joe Football Show, and it's time for your Leeds versus Aston Villa post-match chat. I'm fuming. It's very unlike me, to be honest. And it's like coming to the realization that Leeds United are back where we were pre-Bielsa, like in terms of what it can do emotionally and all that sort of stuff. I was riding the crest of the wave of Marcelo Bielsa. I said numerous times over and over to everyone, enjoy it while you can because it won't be forever, and when it goes, you will miss it. And tonight was the perfect example of that. Before I go into it in some more detail, please do smash a like on this video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. We hit 9K today. Big shout out to those that support the channel. Such a short space of time for us to get to 9K is amazing. So thank you. Comment, notification bell, all that jazz. Now, look, I don't really want to do it in terms of hypotheticals. Or what if this, what if that? Because I get it. It's not helping anybody, not least myself. Because people will say, oh, well, we'd have still been beat under Bielsa. But the point I'm trying to make is I believed. For me personally, I believed. We were always in games. Always in games. Always had a goal. Okay, there were the odd few. Everton this season, Brighton last season, Southampton this season. Few and far between. Few and far between. Under this new manager, without Bielsa, it will be a lot more often. And we were not in that tonight. And it's not on Marsh, you know. Marsh has just walked through the door. He's on a little bit of a hiding to nothing. Anyone who came after the man Bielsa was always going to struggle. It's on the board, but it's on the players tonight. One player comes out of that game with any sort of credit, and it was Luke Ayling. And now I didn't want to see him at centre-back. You know, all this shit that got said to Bielsa about players played out of position. Jesse Marsch is doing exactly the same thing. And again, maybe I was blinded. I feel like I was. I was blinded by the love that I had for Bielsa and what the magic he left over the players and the football club. Because I never very rarely questioned him. I didn't feel I was in a place to question him because of what he'd done to my football club and where he brought us back to. And the football that I'd ever seen was the best I'd ever seen in my life and will ever be. But now, under a new manager, the magic's gone. The guys, and under a new guys, I can see shit. I can see shit. And when I see the lineup, you know, why, when you've got Cock and Forshaw as a double pivot, are you not just playing Cock at centre-back? Play him at centre-back. It was all wrong, that. We lost the midfield battle from the first, like, after 5-10 minutes. Gone. Dallas at right back. Look, and it's mad because Ayling was the best performer for Leeds United tonight, and he's been playing really well at centre-back. But what I'm saying is, like, square pegs, round holes. Let's get some round pegs in round holes, please. And look, and again, and I get it. It feels a little bit hypocritical because I didn't say the same things about Bielsa, but I keep telling you I can only speak my truth, and that he had that over me because of what he'd done. And he made players that were bang average, that I've said for a long time, a lot of them probably not Premier League level, look decent, look good. Knocking on the door of England, some of them were. One of them did. Rightly so, deservedly so. But Luke Ayling was spoke about for England for a period of time. Jack Harrison, the same. And look, Luke was great, but over the course of the season, they're not anywhere close. But that's what Bielsa did. But I mean, just to put it into perspective, that XG that we created tonight, by the way, the 75th minute, it was 0.07. And people will say, oh, they're being the same under Bielsa. No, we'd have created. But 0.07. And by the end of the game, the 0.22 XG created by Leeds United against Aston Villa at home in a must-win game is the lowest we have produced in a league game since December 2016. 6 years. 6 years. 6 years. Be careful what you fucking wish for, man. 6 years, you know. But this is what I'm talking about. That magic's gone now for me. It's gone. We're in the shit. Big time. Must-win game. You get beat 3-0 at home by Aston Villa, who are a good side, great squad. Bringing on players like Sanson, you know, from Marseille, you know, Buendia, who we were linked with. Arsenal wanted Buendia, man, you know. Top players. Okay, squad much better. Okay, that can be levelled at Bielsa and all that. I get all that. But to go down 3-0 with a whimper as well. A whimper. Started first 10 minutes, if that, probably 5. Came out second half. Again, Jesse Marsh obviously made changes, little tactical tweaks in there, and we were in the game up to the 65th minute. But once that Matty Cash goal goes in, it's game over. It's good night, Vienna. Leeds United are done. Confidence shot to shit. Again, you could level that. That's Bielsa's brought us to a place where the players are so low. Okay? But you've got a new manager in the door. New manager bounce. And I said before the match, we were all up for Leicester, myself included. You know, I'm a passion guy. You know all that. But I knew tonight, and I said it before the watch along, check it back, you know. Performance and that, it didn't count tonight. We have to get wins. We have to get points. And Jesse Marsh, it's do or die time. Board, Radrazani, Orta for making the decision. It's do or die time. Are you looking at it now thinking, shit? Because I think you should. I know I am. I genuinely am worried about Sunday against Norwich. I'd have never felt that under Bielsa. I'm telling you. I wouldn't. And that's no lies. Because I always believed. That's now gone for me. It's gone. The players, he brought them to a level far beyond their capabilities. I now look at them and I think they're shit. It's mad. I'm not lying. It's mad. You know, there's a moment tonight, Dan James, full of running, full of endeavour, but he lacks so much because, you know, there was a time where we're on an attack, a very rare attack in that opening stages of the second half, where, you know, he has an opportunity to carve a chance out, holds on to the ball too long, gets challenged. We go up the other end, they go up the other end, and he makes a Gus-butting run and wins the challenge. And you're like, well done, Dan James. But that's him in a nutshell, isn't it? The quality of our players aren't quite there. We broke our record for Rodrigo. Terrible. Really, really bad. Confidence gone. Doesn't seem to do well in that atmosphere. Leeds United fans spoke with their feet tonight as well. I cannot remember, even after Spurs 4-0, bearing in mind we've been beaten 6 by Liverpool, 4-2 by Manchester United the week before. We still sung his name. Call it blind faith, call it what you want. Tonight, that ground was empty by full time. Empty. That's never happened. I cannot remember the last time that happened. It was in the Championship. Do you know what I mean? That's how long it was. Just like that XG, the 2016 numbers. That's how long this shit was. That's how long ago this shit was. I can't even remember it. Even after getting spanked. Bearing in mind, we just shipped 6. We've been beaten by Spurs. We just shipped 6 against them. Spurs. We still were there. Annoyed. Booed. For the first time. Under Bielsa. I get it. But it weren't like that. Tonight. You guys seen. I'm so glad I weren't there. That drive back now. Bloody hell. Because they didn't deserve, like they had a go. You know, Bielsa said afterwards they still believe because they're still doing what's asked of them. Tonight, a lot of them give up. A lot of them give up. I mean, Aston Villa were all laying, for God's sake, at Ellen Road. All laying. And they were well worth it. I like Aston Villa. You know, that That Needle's gone. They're a great side. Don't like Tyrone Mings. Like Steven Gerrard. They're doing bits. They've got money. They'll just go from strength to strength. I feel a decision that, look, even if it needed to be forced upon Bielsa, the club have put us in this situation, haven't they? The club have put us in this situation. Dire straits. Dire straits. Got no love, no money. And you kicks for free. Dire straits, you know? So many poor displays all across the pitch. And we just felt a bit after their second, like, what's changed? What's changed? Genuinely, defensively, what's changed? After Leicester, that's what I mean. This is what worries me, is there's no manager bounce. There's two defeats, and now we're playing Norwich in our biggest game in forever. And they'll get something, I can tell you, man. They're going to get something. Yeah. By all accounts, I've seen like the fans were venting their anger at the board. You could hear Bielsa chants, which was going to happen. But they're going to be, and I would have been the same had I been there tonight, you know, because they've put us in this scenario. We've got to beat Norwich. Got to beat Norwich. Should have got something tonight. We should have. You know, and I've seen Phil Hay say, you know, like, it would be a mistake to assume there are three worst teams, and he's bang on the money. You know, I've said all season there were, because I believed it. This is what I'm saying under Bielsa. I believed it. I believed it. He gave me belief as a fan, no matter how dark it got. And it didn't really get any dark, did it? Let's be honest. First real poor run of form, and he gets the boot. It was progression, progression, progression. But even in them low points, I always believed we'd come out of the other side. I don't now, and that's not a reflection on Jesse. It's a reflection on Leeds United. It's a reflection on the board. It's a reflection on the players. I don't know if we can get out of this rut that we find ourselves in. Is it 6 games, 2 goals scored, but he's 65 goals conceded or whatever it is? You know, the crowd not happy, empty by full time. Honestly, I can't remember that happening for a long time. And it was a must-win game. That's the worst thing in it. And we lose 3-0. 1 point from the last 24. 6 consecutive defeats. Not scored a goal in like 400 minutes. These are all from LUFC data. The numbers are beyond grim. Bang on the money. Like I say, coming back to that XG. 1 shot on target tonight, and that came from Joffy, a 19-year-old kid who had a pot shot. But I didn't blame him. I didn't blame him. And you know, on that XG thing as well, just a thingy, it were 2-0 defeat to Brighton. A 2-0 defeat to Brighton, and we played 70 minutes with 10 men. You know, the XG of 0.22? We lost 2-0 to Brighton, and we played 70 minutes with 10 men. I mean, tonight, we're down to 10 men again because of the injuries. I mean, look, I feel harsh doing it now because he went off on a stretcher, but Junior Firpo's pants. He's gash, he's rubbish. I mean, I don't know what Barcelona have got this hoodoo over football clubs like Spurs and Leeds where they can just sell these dud fullbacks. Garbage. Absolutely garbage. Rodrigo, James. I mean, there was a chance for James. Ali McCoy's put it perfectly on the commentary when he was saying, like, stay central. Junior Firpo was on the overlap, but because he's a winger, he also went out wide. Which meant they both got in each other's way. He's not a striker. Stop playing him as a striker. Norwich, Bamford, Joffy, start up front. Rafinha was okay in the first half, but again, he just cut a frustrated figure. You know, Rafinha, I believe, I've seen something from the Premier League. He's got more yellow cards than he has goals in the last 10 games. He's come back from international duty, whether something's been whispered in his ear. So-and-so wants you, this has happened, Deco, I don't know, but he's just a different player now. But yeah, he's got more yellow cards than goals in the last 10 games. I I don't know if he's up for it. Well, he is. He's frustrated. I get it. I don't know. I just don't know what the answers are. I mean, fewest touches, by the way. I've seen this as well. Fewest touches at half-time. Goalkeeper of Aston Villa, 12, right? Dan James had less than him with 9. 9 touches in a whole half of football by your striker, you know? We'd created 0.07 XG after 75 minutes. Brutal, you know? And he hate to do this, but he's bang on the money, you know? And a guy that I follow, Dramini, I probably hammered his name. Big BL's a stan, but he said, how is it possible that there are people who believe that sacking one of the best managers in world football was the solution? He was the reason that this team with average players was in the Premier League. It's true, man. It's true. And now look, we find ourselves in this situation. Just going back to, I mean, I think, look, just trying to talk on the game, I think Ollie Watkins should have seen red. I think Ollie Watkins should have seen red for a foul on Ayling. Nothing will be made of it because nothing was made of it on the TV or by VAR. He got a yellow card. He should have seen red. It's a nasty challenge for me. Then, you know, 5 minutes later, Coutinho, who again was good. Scott, it was just great work down the left-hand side between, I think, Ings and Luca Dean. Luca Dean again was good tonight. Great work down there. Comes across. It's a lovely ball, I think, by Luca Dean. Watkins tries to make out that Junior Firpo brought him down. We know what he's like for diving. Anyway, it finds its way to the other fullback. And he cut it back. Obviously, Strauch gets in the way of Melier, ends up in the back of the net, 1-0. Rubbish for the rest of the second, for the rest of that half. Come out, have a, you know, one shot from Gelhardt. Start to create. We had a corner in the second half, early doors. You know, you're just willing them to do well. That's all it is now, will. There's no real belief. There's no real faith that it's going to happen. And then Matty Cash, obviously, scored to make it 2-0. Callum Chambers, by the way, scoring an unreal, worldy top corner strike from an assist by Tyrone Mings. It sort of sums it up, done it? 3-0 against Villa at home. Yeah, just crestfallen, gutted, a number of things. But I don't know. Like, this is a thing I always say, we'll be all right. Don't worry, we'll be all right. I don't know anymore. I don't. I'm not convinced we're going to get anything on the weekend. I'm proper worried. Because if we don't get anything at the weekend, it's curtains, man. It's curtains. Curtains. Because if you can't beat Norwich at home, where are you getting points from? I'm sorry. Where are you getting points from? Because we've got to go away to Watford. Oh, God. You know? And tonight, you know, Norwich getting beat, Watford getting beat. And, you know, there's a lot to be said about Everton, but Everton have got 2 home games coming up against Newcastle and Watford. Newcastle and Wolves. And I'm guaranteeing you, I genuinely think they'll win them both. Or they'll get at least 3. I do, because it's the home form fortress, not for us. The players are so not playing with any confidence and... yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. But Jesse Marsh has got a job on. He's got a job on. Still, you know, backing, but he's got one hell of a job on now. Because you can take the positives, the confidence boost from Leicester. Okay, yeah. You know, not many against. You know, they got a little bit fortuitous. We created a lot. But that tonight was woeful. So where do you go from there? Where do you go from there? The formation didn't work, did it? The personnel. I think you have to start with Bamford and Joffrey. If you're going to go with a 4-2-2-2, you probably have to go with James and Rafinha. And then, for me, it'll probably be Forshaw and Click. I'd stop playing Dallas at right back. I'd put Ayling back at right back. I'd put Cock in centre back or Llorente, strike, whoever. Centre backs in centre back positions, strikers in strikers, you know. Anyway, man, I've spoke for 20 minutes, much longer. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, I don't know. I think we're in trouble. Big trouble. Big trouble now. Just hope Jesse can work on them between now and Norwich, and hopefully, you know, the lads can get a positive result, because that's all we need. One to kick us on. The longer the winless run goes under the new manager, they'll be thinking, well, you know, some players in the camp will be thinking we should have stuck. We should have stuck, not twisted, because there'll be players thinking that as well. You know, Bamford came back, didn't really do much, but I'm not expecting him to. But do you know what I mean? It didn't have that same feel after Brentford, for example. There's then a lot riding on the return of Cooper and Calvin, and we need Cooper. I think Strout was shit. Strout was terrible. You know, but then after the international break, you've got like 8 games. Oh God, you know, we need points on the board, but from Norwich and Watford, we have to. Wolves, sorry, Norwich and Wolves. I don't know anymore. I'll see you for a Norwich preview between now and Sunday, and then a post-match for Sunday. But yeah, tonight was tough, man. Tonight was tough, and I don't believe it's gone. It's gone. I don't know. Be careful what you wish for, as they say. Look, on your way out, like it if you've stuck till the end. That is, subscribe. Big shout out for them 9K that have already. Leave your comments, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you all in a bit. Thanks again for the love and support. Peace out now.